In the shallow tide pools of the Indo-Pacific, a creature the size of a golf ball hides beneath rocks and shells. Most of the time, it is almost invisible, its skin a muted brown or pale yellow that blends seamlessly into the sea floor. But inside this tiny cephalopod is a neurotoxin thousands of times more potent than cyanide. A bite may feel like nothing at all, yet within minutes, tetrodotoxin can shut down the muscles required to breathe. There is no antidote, and when the octopus flashes the iridescent rings that give the genus Hapaloclina its name, it is issuing one of the clearest warning signals in nature: stay away. The term blue-ringed octopus refers to an entire genus, Hapaloclina, rather than a single species. Around 10 species are believed to exist, though only 4 have been formally described so far. Despite differences in markings, some bearing bright rings, others sporting both rings and lines, they share the same defining traits: extremely small size, the ability to produce vivid warning displays, and one of the most potent venoms found in any marine animal. Adults typically measure only a few centimeters in mantle length, with arms stretching 7 to 10 centimeters, and even the largest species rarely exceed 20 to 22 centimeters in total. At rest, these animals appear plain, camouflaging effortlessly into their surroundings. But when threatened, the hidden blue rings erupt across the body in a fraction of a second. Inside their salivary glands, symbiotic bacteria manufacture tetrodotoxin, a chemical weapon strong enough to immobilize or kill animals far larger than themselves. Blue-ringed octopuses inhabit a wide range across the Pacific and Indian Oceans, from the temperate waters of Japan and the Philippines to Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, and throughout Australia's coastline. Each species occupies slightly different regions, but they all share a preference for shallow coastal waters. Most individuals live in depths under 20 to 50 meters, places where sunlight reaches the seafloor and complex habitats form. These octopuses rely heavily on structure for survival. They hide in coral reefs, intertidal rock pools, tide flats, seagrass beds, and algal meadows. They squeeze themselves into crevices, empty shells, discarded bottles, and any tiny cavity they can find. During the day, they remain almost completely hidden, emerging mainly at night to hunt. Their habitats overlap heavily with areas visited by snorkelers, divers, fishermen, and beachgoers. Yet because these animals are so small and so well camouflaged, most people never realize they've passed within inches of one of the ocean's most venomous creatures. At rest, the blue-ringed octopus is unremarkable: tan, cream, or mottled brown. This camouflage is controlled by thousands of pigment-filled cells beneath the skin called chromatophores. These contract and expand instantly, allowing the octopus to vanish into the background of sand, rubble, or rock. Only when threatened do the famous rings appear. The change happens almost too fast to see. Chromatophores darken the surrounding skin, while iridophores reflect intense sapphire light outward. The contrast makes the rings flare like electric signals across the octopus's body. This is a classic example of aposematism, a visual warning that the animal is armed with powerful chemical defenses. It is a message that predators have learned not to ignore. Despite their tiny size, blue-ringed octopuses possess the same complex anatomy found in larger octopus species. They have 8 flexible arms lined with suction cups capable of gripping shells and maneuvering precisely around prey. Their mantle hides a sophisticated system of organs: 3 hearts, that circulate copper-based blue blood, a muscular siphon that allows them to jet propel away from danger, and a hard beak designed to puncture shells and exoskeletons. Their brain forms a ring around the esophagus and is remarkably advanced for an invertebrate, allowing them to learn, explore, and manipulate their environment. Their eyes are highly developed, capable of detecting subtle movement and contrast even in dim light. Evolution has stripped octopuses of a true shell, reducing it to two internal rods, which grants them unmatched flexibility. These features together allow the blue-ringed octopus to hide, hunt, escape, and defend itself with astonishing speed and efficiency. Blue-ringed octopuses are primarily nocturnal hunters. Once night falls, they emerge from their shelters to search for crustaceans, crabs, shrimp, hermit crabs, and occasionally small fish. Their hunting style is stealthy and deliberate. They creep forward carefully, arms extended, until they can seize prey in a sudden strike. The beak delivers a quick bite, and the saliva immediately begins to work. Because tetrodotoxin is produced by bacteria inside the salivary glands, even a tiny amount paralyzes the prey almost instantly. Once the prey is immobilized, the octopus uses its radula and beak to drill into shells or tear open exoskeletons to access soft tissue. This combination of paralysis and precise feeding allows them to subdue animals much larger than their own small size would suggest. Tetrodotoxin, or TTX, is the defining weapon of the blue-ringed octopus. The octopus itself doesn't synthesize this toxin. Bacteria living inside its salivary glands produce it for them. Over time, this partnership has evolved into one of the most efficient venom delivery systems in the marine world. TTX shuts down the body's ability to send nerve signals by blocking the channels that allow neurons to fire. Symptoms begin subtly: tingling, numbness, dizziness. Paralysis soon spreads through the limbs and eventually reaches the diaphragm, the muscle required for breathing. Victims remain fully conscious during this progression. The toxin also appears throughout the octopus's tissues, offering defense if a predator tries to swallow it. Males often carry larger reserves of TTX in their salivary glands than females, a pattern linked to their high-risk mating behavior. There is no antidote for tetrodotoxin. The only hope of survival is artificial ventilation until the toxin naturally leaves the body, which may take many hours. The blue-ringed octopus wields one of the deadliest venoms on the planet, yet it does so with remarkable restraint. Human bites are rare. Blue-ringed octopuses are shy and avoid confrontation whenever possible. Most bites occur when someone picks one up, steps on it, or holds it without recognizing the danger. The bite is often painless, so painless that the victim may not realize what has happened until symptoms begin. Numbness around the lips or tongue is usually the first sign. This may quickly progress into nausea, weakness, difficulty breathing, and then total paralysis. Respiratory failure can occur in as little as 20 minutes. Yet, because the toxin does not affect consciousness, victims remain aware even as they lose the ability to move or speak. Survival depends entirely on maintaining breathing through CPR or assisted ventilation until the toxin wears off. Several documented cases demonstrate that timely intervention can result in full recovery. Blue-ringed octopuses live for only about 2 years, and their entire lives build toward a single reproductive event. Depending on the species, a female will lay between 60 and 100 eggs, which she carries beneath her arms or within her webbing. She guards them constantly, cleaning them and circulating oxygen over them with gentle movements. During this period, she stops eating entirely. By the time the eggs hatch, the female has exhausted her energy reserves and soon dies. The hatchlings emerge fully formed, miniature versions of the adults, already carrying tetrodotoxin transferred from their mother before birth. From their first moments, they are both vulnerable and incredibly dangerous. The extreme potency of the blue-ringed octopus's venom has long puzzled biologists. Their prey, small crabs and shrimp, do not require such catastrophic chemical force to subdue. One explanation is that tetrodotoxin plays a dual role. It immobilizes prey, yes, but it also functions as a highly effective defensive weapon. Because the toxin is present throughout their tissues, predators that attempt to eat them are likely to die quickly, reinforcing the evolutionary advantage of bright warning coloration. Another possibility involves the long evolutionary partnership between the octopus and the bacteria that produce the toxin. The octopus benefits from extremely potent venom. The bacteria benefit from a protected habitat inside the salivary glands. Over time, this relationship may have escalated into an evolutionary arms race, producing venom far more powerful than what is needed for hunting alone. Despite their deadly reputation, blue-ringed octopuses are not aggressive. They do not chase divers, defend territory, or strike without reason. When approached, they almost always retreat deeper into their hiding place or jet away. The iconic flashing rings appear only when the animal feels cornered. Many bites occur because the octopus is accidentally disturbed or handled by someone unaware of what they're holding. Fatalities are exceedingly rare. Only a few have been confirmed in modern history, largely thanks to medical ventilation systems that can sustain breathing until the toxin dissipates. Left alone, the blue-ringed octopus poses virtually no threat. Blue-ringed octopuses are not currently classified as endangered, but they rely on habitats that are increasingly at risk. Coral reefs, seagrass beds, and shallow coastal ecosystems face pressures from warming oceans, acidification, pollution, and coastal development. Some species are also collected for the aquarium trade, despite their short lifespan and difficulty surviving transport. Their cryptic nature means they are rarely counted in ecological surveys, making population trends difficult to track. Protecting their habitats ensures not only the survival of these octopuses, but also the countless other species that depend on the same fragile coastal environments. The blue-ringed octopus is a reminder that the ocean's most dangerous animals are not always the largest or the loudest. Sometimes they are the smallest, creatures hidden in tide pools, tucked beneath rocks, living quiet lives defined by evolutionary precision. With advanced camouflage, intricate coloration, symbiotic toxin production, and a life cycle compressed into just 2 years, these octopuses are masterpieces of adaptation. They are not malicious, not aggressive, and not looking for conflict. They are simply surviving, exactly as nature designed them to. If stories like this interest you, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It helps keep these deep dives coming. Thank you for watching.